Where are you guys from?
United States.
United States, yeah.
So what should foreigners not do in the UK?
If they're asked, are you alright? Alright, mate. You don't give your whole life story and say how you're actually feeling, that no one really cares. They're just saying hi, like, hi, how are you?
So it's just a greeting.
Just a greeting.
Yeah.
If a British person says, "How are you?" how should you respond?
It's basically hi.
Fine, thanks.
Well, they are asking how you are, but they also just expect it. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
It's just a hello.
Is that very different to the US? What's it like in the US?
Well, if someone says, hi, how are you? You still answer with like, good, and how are you? But instead it's like, I'll go to a bar and they'll ask, you all right? No, they just want my drink order. It's not a, how you doing? I'm like, great, how's your night? Yeah.
Have you ever had any situations where you started pouring your heart out and then somebody just like, was just looking at you blankly?
The bar, yeah.
Actually, I do have one. One of my good friends is British. And it was after a night of drinking. The next morning we were just sitting on the couch and he's like, you all right? And I was like, oh man, I'm not feeling good. You know, I'm kind of nauseous and whatever. He's like, yeah, I wasn't actually asking. I was just like a good morning. And I was like, oh.
Where are you from?
Germany.
What should foreigners not do in the UK?
Well, I had the story of asking to switch the channel for something else that's not football in a sports bar. And I asked to switch for F1 and the guy just told me to f*** off. So that's probably something you shouldn't do.
F*** off is such a lovely pair of words, and it's international. He will f*** off he will f***. Everybody feels what it means.
So if people are enjoying a certain sport, don't then ask them to change it to a different sport.
Yeah, I've heard it about like from American friends as well. Like soccer is the main, or football is the main thing. Yeah.
Have you done that in Germany before? Been in a bar or pub and asked them to change the channel to a different sport and they were fine with it, or?
Not a different sport, different team though.
Okay.
Like it sometimes works.
Yeah. And how do you think the rules compare or are very different here compared to Germany?
I feel like it's pretty similar. Like people can be friendly, can be rowdy. Football fans probably pretty rowdy. Yeah.
Where are you from?
India.
India.
Great. And what should foreigners not do in the UK?
I think I keep my phone really close to myself and I would not do that back home. I would not have this strap on.
And it would be in my pocket if I was home. It's not over here.
Okay. So you think you shouldn't be so lax with your phone? You have to be far more sure. Yeah.
You have to keep it close to you at all times.
What made you change in terms of that? Like, why did you stop being so relaxed with your phone and you have to be more secure?
My friend got hers stolen.
Where was this?
She was sitting on one of the tables and she had her phone out. Someone put a flyer on it and then secretly took her phone away. So,
What part of London? Was it in London?
yeah, it was Central London.
Central London, yeah. Wow.
Phone snatching happens in central London every 6 minutes, and London is actually the capital of Europe when it comes to people stealing your phones. Usually what happens, there is a guy on the moped or a bike, and then they just snatch the phone out of your hands while you're distracted.
Expert fees in Central London, I guess. Where are you from?
France too.
Nice. How long have you guys been here?
A year.
A year.
Yeah, a year too.
So what should foreigners not do in the UK? What are your thoughts on that?
I believe you shouldn't really take British people's word exactly. I tend to like talk to a couple of British people. Every time I see them, they tell me like, oh, I'll see you later, but they don't really mean it. Whereas I feel like other cultures, when someone says, oh, I'll see you later, they actually want to see you later, and just more formal way of saying goodbye. Yeah.
So there's a lot of like subtext or hidden meaning in the way British people speak. You shouldn't necessarily take it at directly what they're saying. It's more like hidden meanings, maybe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I also like British sarcasm thing. It's something that I haven't really gotten used to yet, but it is actually really fun. Yeah.
Are you?
Sure, just don't believe them when they tell you Guinness is good.
You're not a fan of Guinness?
Nah, it's too bitter.
What's your go-to?
Stella Artois or like something lighter.
Where are you guys from?
From New York, man. Queens, New York.
That's the USA. So what should you not do as a foreigner in the UK?
So I would say just be on your best behavior, be on vacation, enjoy yourself, but at the same time, don't be disrespectful to the people that, you're traveling with and you're going to see as well. So that'll be the number one thing for me.
I'll say be patient. Do not cross the crosswalk and jaywalk. Because in New York, we jaywalk, we just walk into the street, even if traffic is coming by. I noticed that everybody over here is patient and they wait for the crossing signal before they cross the street.
Where are you guys from?
France.
Nice. And what should you not do as a foreigner in the UK? What shouldn't you do as someone in the UK?
You shouldn't take British humor personally. they tend to be very sarcastic, and it's hard to kind of tell. Yeah.
Has there been a situation where they've done something that's been like sarcastic and you were about to take it personally? You may have taken it personally.
For me, I have like a few British friends, and sometimes they make jokes and like personal attacks, but they're like a joke, but then I tend to misread it and think it's like personal. But obviously now that I know them, I know it's a joke. But at the beginning, I kind of overthought it a bit sometimes.
Is there one that comes to mind that they said to you, like, you were like, what the f?
I was called autistic, but as a joke, apparently. But yeah.
What did you do that someone called you autistic?
I don't know. Existed.
Okay.
Existing, just being her.
Being myself.
How did that make you feel being called autistic?
Did you overthink it?
I didn't overthink it in the moment, but I was like, wait, what did I do that made me feel autistic?
Yeah.
But it was just British humor because they say that a lot, actually. Yeah.
Just don't take it personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been called a cunt, and I just don't feel like that's something to take as a light. I feel like that was an insult, but I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. How do you think that differs from, say, French humor?
It's not as dry.
Okay.
I feel like British humor is very dry.
Okay. So you feel like it's too understated in the UK sometimes, so that's how it comes to be like a personal attack, whereas in French it's far more overt and easier to tell.
Yeah.
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 Do you think there are any other rules that kind of differ between the UK and France, or anything that's very different between how the rules are in UK and France?
The British are better at taking the tube and like queuing for the tube. The French kind of just rush in, and the British are really strict about that.
So you like that? You like how orderly people queue for the tube in the UK?
Yeah, because I feel like when I take the metro in Paris, people don't like stand on the side. Everyone just pushes in at once, or even if you take the bus. That shocked me when I came to the UK.
That's a good one, yeah. Any other comments about British people in the UK?
I feel like sometimes when they come to Europe, they're more the one, like, it's less about like foreigners in the UK, more about British people abroad. Like, I feel like they have a bad reputation because of like the way they act. And like, but I think it's like a certain demographic of them that probably go party in places, and then like they have a bad reputation because of what they do, how they act.
Lads holiday, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that's representative of British people overall, either in the UK or abroad? Or is literally, as you just said, it's literally just a small demographic of them and it's not necessarily representative of how British people really are?
Oh, it's not. It's not at all, obviously. I think, it's like a certain type of person, like obviously also very young, like straight from high school or like early 20s.
How does that differ to India, like the rules in India? How do you find it's very different?
Like the phone stealing?
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
I have not experienced it. I'm sure it happens somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as common as it is here.
So you think India is safer for walking around with your phone, just being very relaxed compared to the UK?
It's a safer place for a phone to be.
Yeah.
Okay, for a phone to be, but not in other contexts.
Maybe not other things, but at least your phone is safe.
Alright. Comparing the US to the UK, how do you feel rules change with like general behavior of people?
I just feel like out here, everyone's a little bit more strict and a little bit more like straightforward. In New York, we just kind of just been like that our whole lives in regards to like not giving a f, not caring, and just doing our own thing. So that's really the difference that I've seen personally. Everyone likes to follow the rules here, where in New York, we don't really care. So yeah. No.
I mean, we're a little too unruly for the UK, I say. But I love it here, man. And the people here are friendly, alright? So don't get it twisted, man. Just make eye contact, bust a smile, and then right there you start a conversation. Simple like that.
And how do you think rules in the UK differ significantly from, say, rules in France?
Yeah, perhaps social rules are closer to what you would find in America, where people tend to be very warm and almost front-faced, whereas I would say like people in France are more genuine, and perhaps you can connecting back, like believe them to their word, really.
I feel like a lot of people criticize French people by saying that we're brutally honest and we're sometimes mean. But yeah, I just think we're honest, and something that maybe other cultures should pick up on.
Hear me out. We're not nice. We're honest. We value honesty over niceness.
I feel like if like a British person says, "Oh, I like your hat," not sure if I'm gonna believe them. But like, if a French person tells me, "Oh, I don't like your hat," well, I mean, at least he's being honest. Yeah.
You want people to say exactly what they mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you think rules are different compared to say in the US? Do you feel like there's stuff that's very different aside from like obviously like the small talk and the interaction? Is there anything else that comes to mind about how Americans and British are very different in the way they kind of live life or interact?
Yeah, I feel like I've noticed that getting a pint at noon is totally fun here, but that doesn't happen in the States.
Really? So if you go for a drink in the middle of the day in the States, what happens?
Like, I don't know, your boss is not happy. Like, no Guinness in the middle of the day back in the States.
Any alcohol, full stop?
No, full stop.
That's crazy, all right.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Just pints on a sunny day in London. It's happening regardless of if you're working or not. In the US, that does not happen.
Do you prefer that? Do you wish the US was like that as well?
Of course, yeah. I want pints in the middle of the day at all times.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you feel was like different in terms of rules?
The classic trope of Brits love to queue. Love a queue. Tidy, neat, all in a line. It's a little more chaotic in our lines in the US.
What's it like in the US? I was in New York. I didn't realize it was that bad, but it seemed all right.
I don't know. You line up for something a little more shoulder to shoulder, bumping along.
People are willing to fight each other to get to the front of the line in the US. Here, it's like the queue, you respect the queue.
Yeah.
Respect the queue.
Fair enough. Any final comments about British people in the UK?
I love how when it's sunny out, no one's actually inside the bar. Everyone's just by the entrance, just hanging out. No tables, no nothing, just hanging out.
We don't get sunshine that often, so you gotta make the most of it. Yeah? Any final comments about British people in the UK?
They're actually nicer than I expected.
In what way are they nicer than you expected?
Yeah, like the gentleman cliche is actually true. I had the image of British people being just like the bold football hooligans, but I know they're actually pretty nice.